In the buildings of the Ministry of Health, the youngest minister in Kenya, Susan Nakhumicha Wafula, has been confirmed with tools of power as the cabinet secretary, taking over the position of the Ministry of Health from Mutahi Kagwe.
I am not sure that there is any such English word as outgoing. Either you are gone or you are in, but you cannot be out. What is a verb? How do you become outgoing? So I am the previous CS. You know, that is a correct expression.
When Kagwe was bidding goodbye to the officers he worked with, he will remember the time of the COVID-19 as the biggest challenge as a minister.
I came at a time when, as you rightly say, Susan, things were fairly difficult. And I want to say that without his support, all the things that we have achieved, and we have achieved quite a lot, without his support, the achievements that we have made would not have been made. And you know, there's an African saying that you only know that a cow had milk when the cow is no longer there. And it will live to be the truth also in this particular case. I want to congratulate my colleague, Susan Wafula, and welcome her with an open heart and all the best wishes that I could ever garner to wish you and welcome you to this ministry. And maybe you can stand up just for... Thank you. Just for that.
At the age of 30, Susan Nakhumicha Wafula is among the 22 cabinet secretaries who were sworn in last week at the Nairobi State House to take over positions from Uhuru Kenyatta's ministers who were waiting to hand over.
Appreciate that we have had this time for you to brief me on what has been happening within the ministry and for this handover to be taken. I know change of regime, normally not so easy, but such kind of processes make it seamless and it makes people comfortable as they come in, and for those who are going, it also makes it.
And I want to remind them, and Dr. Amoth, I want to remind them that that was a very challenging period. I remember calling them midnight, 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning. I remember waking up cocky, you know, to go and see whether we are getting passengers on planes that have not been vaccinated or who are positive. And I remember chasing people, courier, chasing people in KMTC. People were escaping across walls and jumping and so on. And Dr. Amoth, who were to send me a report by midday of every day during that entire time.
Susan says she will ensure the good things that the outgoing Minister Kagwe has done to develop and streamline the ministry, that she will make sure that all is taken into consideration.
I want to appreciate and just to say that as I come in, I've noted all the good things that the team seated here with yourself have been able to do. And I look forward to carrying on with the good things that you have done, putting more blocks on the foundation that you have laid, and delivering our people in the best way possible. I also note that there could be a small or few areas that we need to improve on, and therefore as I come in is to request the team on this table that the support that you have given to Senator Mutahi Kagwe, you transfer, and now we continue to work together to deliver on the things that we need to deliver to.
On the other hand, in the buildings of NSSF, the former Minister of Labour and Social Protection, following his recent appointment in January 2020. Prior to this, he served as the Minister of Water and Sanitation over his successor, Florence Bore.
My only regret in this ministry is the plight of Kenyans in some labor destination countries. I would have loved to sort it out to ensure that all our migrant workers' rights are respected. As I leave, I know this will be one of your CS Florence Bore topmost agenda. I will be ready for any consultation on this issue. The Saudi Arabia market keeps resurfacing time and again. However, we recognize that problems there is because of Kenyans who went there and stay there after expiry of their contract or refuse to come back home, and therefore in conflict with the laws in Saudi. The other problem is about Kenyans who choose to run away from their contract because of the expiry of their contract and are also now in conflict of the law. The third problem is of Kenyans who travel to those countries using tourist visa and are now working, and since they did not go there using any recruitment agency, when they get in trouble, they have no recourse because no one knows where they live.
Florence has pledged to implement the Hustler Fund, saying that her ministry is ready to ensure that President Ruto's model of Hustler Fund is effected.
Since we would like our community self-help groups to be beneficiaries of the Hustler Fund, I therefore look forward to working closely with your new ministry, especially in the implementation of MSME, the Hustler Fund, because my ministry has a list of all community registered groups. As you set up the task force to implement the Hustler Fund, kindly consider inviting technical officers from the Department of Social Development to be part and parcel so that we can create synergy through the one government approach.
Others who have taken position of Cabinet Secretary include Aden Duale of Ministry of Defense and Salim Mvuria of the Ministry of Mining. For Ebru TV, I'm Ode Francis.